Hello, Scorpio. Give you a Celtic cross for Scorpio. Celtic cross for Scorpio. Judgment. Could be dealing with a Libra. You're making a final judgment about something. This could have been a court case, and something was ruled within your favor. Maybe this was a relationship. 7 of Wands. You are standing up for your beliefs, your values within a court situation. You're trying to persevere within a situation that you feel ganged up on, standing up for your beliefs, your values. With a Queen of Wands in reverse, this is your foundation, the causes of your situation. Possibly this is due to infidelity, or maybe you were unfaithful to a partner, or a partner was unfaithful to you. This is someone who lacks commitment, or someone who lets their passions go over their decision making and critical thinking. This is someone who needs attention. The Empress in reverse in your past, someone who lacks nurturing or caring, somebody who possibly even who doesn't take care of themselves. This could have been a ex-wife or mother of your children, or ex-girlfriend. This is someone that you have supported and cared for in some way, financially, tangibly, physically, and you feel like you are done feeding into this. You are done caring for this. You made a final decision and judgment. You feel used in some way, especially with how much that you've put into it, and you don't want to nurture it anymore. Knight of Cups in reverse is your goal. You are you're possibly just getting out of a relationship, or you are wrapping it up, possibly within making an amicable separation, or a separation in general. And your goals is not to give to this situation anymore, because you feel like you've gave enough and you're ready to start a new situation, something new. You feel that this is not beneficial. You feel used in some way. Your goal is not to give to this. You feel like this was not a good situation for you. It wasn't beneficial. This person used you in some kind of way. And now you're making a better judgment for yourself to no longer compromise your beliefs and values. 3 of Pentacles. You're possibly looking into getting some kind of, some sort of representation, lawyers, possibly some kind of counseling for yourself. 3 of Pentacles in reverse actually is, I'm no longer working with this person. I'm no longer going to collaborate with this person. This is a losing battle. There's no benefits that we have for each other. This person and situation just took too much out of me and didn't give me a lot in return. There could have been a loss of a child, or a loss of just hope for things to be better, or potential that this would make something lasting. But this person ended up to be not who you thought they were. And quickly, all of the love that you've had for this situation kind of ran out. And you don't want to be in a party to it anymore. You don't want to feed it anymore. You don't want to work with it or the situation anymore. You're like, nah, I'm good. I'm not going to work with you anymore. I gave too much. Maybe there was some kind of loss of a child or miscarriage. Or maybe even a false pregnancy, that somebody said that they were pregnant and they weren't. This is somebody who could be manipulative. Somebody who likes to get their way in every situation. This is someone who needs a lot of validation and attention seeking. Someone who can be addicted to attention. And now you're like, I'm good. I'm no longer working with this. I'm going to kind of call it, give a final judgment. I'm going to stand up for myself because I compromise myself way too much. You know what I mean? Or you compromise yourself way too much. King of Swords, this is you. I'm going to be logical about the situation. I'm going to make the cuts where it needs to be. I'm not going to let my emotions take over and make me make emotional judgments that's not for the best of, like, that's not for your future. That's not good for you. You're like, no, I'm going to make a head over heart decision. I'm going to make the cuts where it needs. This is you paying attention to detail. This is you using your critical thinking and logic. This could even be lawyers, doctors. King of Swords is also a very learned, observant man who has lots of powers of logic and critical thinking. There is no emotions left from the situation because now you're thinking logically. And you're like, I gotta go ahead and make the cuts where it needs to be. Someone sees you as unjust. That you are unfair to them in some kind of situation, in some kind of way. Justice in reverse. That you were unjust to them. Maybe because you decided to work on some other situation, or there was interest with you. Maybe there was some other associations outside of this party that kind of made you feel less than satisfied within this certain situation, and whoever you were dealing with sees you as unjust. They see that they feel that you were unjust to them in some kind of way. But I feel like I don't know if this is just their perception that they feel like this was unjust for them. Or maybe it is. Maybe it was you kind of not being completely honest that you were done with this situation and you were looking for replacements or something better or something that was more fitting without letting this person know fully. I don't know. But I feel like that you felt that you had to stand up for yourself and not work with this situation anymore because it was making you both unhappy. And I don't even think that this person was very happy in the situation because they chronically felt like things were being done wrong to them. And I don't know if this was done for like a victim mentality, or this is someone who was trying to guilt trip you while they were doing something, you know, like less than loyal. Or maybe they felt that you were less than loyal to them. Your hopes and fears is the death, to be done with this. You want this to either transform or end, but I feel like you're done. You are saying like, oh, I don't, this is done. We got to stick a fork in this. It's done. You know, can you just leave, because I'm done. I'm done. I don't want it. You fear of totally ending it though, because you don't know if this is the right decision. There could be a sense of a little bit of codependency where this person expected to help you and you felt inclined to helping them, or vice versa. But you felt like you were compromising yourself and your values, and somebody felt like they were being taken for a fool, being cheated on, or, you know, feeling that they were in a situation that they weren't being valued, whether it was you or them, but you want to put an end to it. This is your goal, because perhaps you've had a couple of breakups, but you ended up always going back, but you want to be done with it. The outcome, the quality or tool that will help you achieve a breakthrough is the outcome is the 8 of Pentacles, 8 of Oysters. Building skill, mastery, working on your craft, improving your skills, and you're in business endeavors, and you're focusing on your career right now. And that's why you are not really kind of giving out a lot of cups or any kind of emotions. You're like, you know, oh, I have no fucks to give. You know what I mean? I don't. And because I'm busy, I'm working, I'm building my skill and craft, and I'm not going to feed into this anymore because I don't think it's worth it for me. This is also the Knight of Cups in reverse. This is someone who is lacks loyalty. This is an inappropriate lover. So after this ending, maybe you want to go back to dating and playing the field, because now your new mistress is your skill, your career, building your craft, and this is where you're going to focus all of your energy towards, because this past situation was definitely overwhelming, and you feel like you had to remove yourself because this person was quite volatile. The situation was quite volatile, whether they were volatile in general and made you volatile, but maybe it was just both of the energies together. It just made it a very explosive situation, and it had to end. And now you're getting out of it. You feel a sense of freedom, while they feel totally like betrayed, and they were treated unfairly, because now you're pulling your power back and you're working on yourself and you're focusing on yourself. Maybe this person needs to focus on themselves too, because maybe either you or both was putting too much into this relationship and you were losing sight of what was really important, which was your spiritual growth, your career, your values, your own personal beliefs, what you want for the future. And you feel like you had to shift your focus again, and if there can't be a transformation, then there needs to be an end. The High Priestess. What you don't know, there is secrets. And Knight of Hats and Knight of Cups in reverse. There were secrets being kept. Maybe you were keeping secrets that you wanted to still play the field, and you wanted to work on something new, or they wanted to work on something in particular new, and they had interests otherwise, and slowly things started to fall apart with you unknowingly, because they had designs for something new, or possibly you did. They do feel like you were unfair to them, though. And I don't know why that is, but sometimes even abusers feel like they were treated unfairly, even if they were abusive towards you. Or maybe, you know, their sense of being unjust was actually I mean, feeling that they were betrayed or treated unfairly somehow was actually just because maybe you were less than committed, even though you initially came off like you were, but it's not that you were actually lying. It's just that, you know, you changed your mind, being that you feel like secrets were being kept. And the thing is, like, once you lose trust in somebody as a Scorpio, it's almost impossible for you to deal with them. Because, you know, if you can't trust someone or something, it's almost, as a Scorpio, there needs to be a death or transformation, because you actually rule death and transformation. And you're not going to stay in a stagnant situation. It's either going to be fixed or it's not, and then you move on. But this is where that black and white thinking comes in too. Maybe that's why they feel that this was unjust to them, because they weren't allowed to give it another go or chance. Maybe they felt entitled for you to stay within the situation and work it out after something was found. I don't know. The Empress in reverse. You're no longer nurturing something. Whatever this was, as in, like, if it was a wife, girlfriend, husband, or boyfriend, you're no longer nurturing it because perhaps someone was unfaithful in some kind of way. You are planning a new life, or they were, with somebody else unknowingly, and that's kind of the secret. That was why things started to change the way they did, because they had plans that you were unaware of. And you're going to call it. You're going to call final judgment. You're standing up for yourself. And you are waiting for something better. You're no longer working with this situation because it won't bring you any kind of peace. Without any kind of trust, there is no relationship. And without no relationship, there's no trust. And even if you do decide to stay within this situation, you'll feel internally disturbed and suspicious of this person and the situation, and it will throw off your energy. And I feel that you kind of know this. This situation doesn't bring either of you much peace. And you have death and a lack of justice. I feel the ruling was in your favor. And if it was some kind of divorce or separation, that they expected to get a lot more than they actually did, but maybe they were unfaithful, and this is why you were able to make out as well as you did. This was found out, this was seen. And you put an end to this. Even though they feel that you were unjust, because, I mean, I don't know why they feel that you were unjust. But the situations bring neither of you peace, and it needs to end because of it. It's time to put this to rest. The situation was definitely overwhelming for both of you. It was making both of you unhappy, and there was some kind of like imbalance within the situation, that somebody was giving too much and somebody else was having secrets and plans of other relations, things, or futures without the other. And it's like that secrecy, that you guys didn't trust each other because secrets were being kept. And if something confuses you, then you know you have to cut it out, because it keeps you away from your focus. And we're all about loyalty. Because we can be very black and white, right? You can be very black and white. And if you can't trust, then there's no support in you going towards your goals and building on your craft and your skills, because you know that it's gonna throw you off balance. And if it doesn't have potential or trust, then you know that you have to let it go. Someone feels like it's unjust for you to cut them out, but you know that's something that you have to do because it was keeping you from your own career, your own skill, your own job. And now you're putting back that energy where it needs to be and where it should. Imagine something better, because if you're in a situation where you're unhappy and you're imagining something better, then maybe it's time for some kind of death or transformation within the situation. Instead of sitting there and imagining for something better, it's time to go towards that something better, and I feel like you will. Because if you're confused, it's because secrets are being kept and it's too overwhelming for you to deal with, and it's throwing you off balance. Take a rest for this. You seem overwhelmed, emotionally taxed, and it's time to step away from this because it was taking you away from your destined path. And I feel like if you don't walk away from this, then the tower will hit and it will break down to the foundation against your will, because this seems like a very unstable foundation. And if you don't willingly leave it, I feel like things will come up to light which will force you to leave. Whether this person leaving with a secret third party or you will. Or maybe you're just done with it and you're ready to move on to someone in particular new because of all the imbalance. Or because you feel like something else is a better fit for you. Maybe infidelity didn't have to do with any of it, and maybe you just have designs for something better, something more fitting for you. Something that is more peaceful for you, because this whole situation brought unrest to both of you because someone lacked commitment, whether it was you or the other party. What's this Justice in reverse? I don't usually do this, but I'm just curious. Justice in reverse. Why do they see you as Justice in reverse? Why do they see you as Justice in reverse? Why does they see Scorpio as Justice in reverse? Because you're communicating with a third party. Maybe because there was movement, they found messages, text messages, or relationships outside of this main one. Or possibly even designs for something new. And that's why they feel like this was unjust. Because you weren't committed to this situation and they thought you were. And it brought unbalance towards the situation. It made this person feel like unstable, and because when you're not involved, when they feel that you're pulling away or you're losing interest, then it gets your partner unstable, worried, and it's like, why do I feel like this person is moving away from me? And it causes a fear, or it feels like this person feels like you lacked any kind of dedication and or communication, and perhaps you had designs other than this relationship, and they thought their impression was something different than what it was, and that's why they feel like the situation was unjust, because maybe you came onto the situation, like this relationship, authentically wanting to work on it and trying it, but after a while you either lost interest, or perhaps you met somebody new that you would like to go towards, or you feel like you don't want to give too much to this situation, that you would just rather, like, be fast moving with the passion and in and out, and they feel like you just come blowing in and out of their life in different situations, with multiple situations, perhaps even distance, or they feel like that you lack commitment, and perhaps they feel used by you in some kind of way. But either or, this situation brought either of you a lot of unrest. But that's what I have for you, Scorpio. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, comment below. It really helps the algorithm and to get my channel out. Feel free to donate to the channel below, on the donation box below. I'll leave it. If you want to support the channel, and if not, it's all good. Still love you lots, and I will talk to you later. Bye.